I'm Dr. Joanna Penn, and this exercise sequence is going to use the push-through bar for core work as well as to assist in tractioning the spinal joints, the space in between our vertebrae. Traction is great for those who live in the gravitational world and don't have any spinal cord injuries or ligamentous sprains. Whenever I work with the push-through bar with my client base, I tend to use another tool for the lower extremity or for the upper extremity, depending on where I'm working. In this case, we will be using the push-through bar with our upper extremity, and I'll be using this ball for the lower extremity so that we can call into action a global exercise, not one that just engages one part of the body, but really calls into action the entire pattern of well-being in our bodies. The ball goes between the knees. The push-through bar is right over the shoulders here. Now, if you bring one arm down by your side, your feet will be positioned such that the middle finger almost touches the heels. If you have knee issues, of course, bring the feet out further. Okay, let's start by warming up the shoulder joint and the scapulae. So you're going to allow the shoulder blades to move away from the spine and then towards the spine, away from the spine, towards the spine. We can add a little bit of external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation. You're doing this all the while not changing any other part of the body. Sacrum anchored, back of the ribs anchored, base of the skull anchored, rotating out, rotating in, and then find a medium point between those two and externally rotate the head of the arms, meaning the elbow creases will face towards each other or even back behind you. At this point, you're going to squeeze the ball together, and just by squeezing the ball together, you're going to feel the activation of the deep core muscles, the adductors. Inhale, exhale, bend the bar down and bring it overhead, shrugging the shoulders up and sliding them down just a little bit, shrugging up and just a little sliding down. So you're engaging the upper traps, up and then a little down. I'm not asking you to really pull the shoulder blades down and go into something that's kind of biomechanically impossible. Boop. We're just going to do little shrugs to warm up the upper traps, to feel a tension that might exist there, to pump some blood to that area. And then you're going to stay in this position, squeeze the ball together again, cinch the waist, drawing the rib ring in, and float your pelvis up. Here you can slightly curl the tailbone under. You can get a little lat stretch by reaching the shoulder blades away from the pelvis. And then you're going to roll down through the thoracic spine. That is the rib cage portion of the spine. Once you land the lowest rib down, you create a bridge, bending at the hip joint, lowering the sacrum down. And then draw the bar through. Bar comes up, pull the head of the arms back, cinch the waist in, and you might float up a little bit if that feels good for you. Looking down at the navel, squeezing the ball, bend the knees in. Healthy backs here. Now, I keep a little arch in my lumbar spine. I'm not coming up and pushing the weight down into my lumbars. I'm staying down here and just engaging these obliques. If I need some assistance, I can put my hand behind my head. And then I get to work the obliques on the side that my hand's not holding onto the push-through bar. Okay. And then you're going to lower the feet down, bend the elbows, and push overhead. Shrug, squeeze the ball, press through the heels, cinch the waist and lift. Okay. If you'd like to, you can extend one leg here. Extend the other leg. You have to do a lot of stabilizing before you extend the leg. Roll down through the rib cage, arch through the lumbar, bend the elbows through. A little bit up, bend the knees in, and now if you want to, you can rotate out, down and up, down and up. Maybe the other hand You get a little more directly into the psoas muscle doing it this way. Lower down. I'm going to remove the ball at this point, squeeze my legs together, and push overhead. And we're going to cinch the waist and push through the heels, lifting the pelvis up. And then I'm going to bend one knee in, hips stay level, equidistant from the ceiling, and lower, squeeze a glute. If this is terribly difficult and you're engaging the hamstring too much, start rotated out from the hip socket. The feet will mirror that, but you don't want to torque at the knee. So just from the hips, lift up this way, and then do it like this. Because we want to activate the glute maximus. And the glute maximus is sometimes a little lazy. It's kind of stupid, actually. Stupid little muscle. Like so. Okay? And then you can come back to neutral, roll down, arc to the lumbar. Just take a little break here. And then let's retest. Come up, engage the glutes in neutral. And see if it's a little easier now that you've turned the glutes on. See if you can access the glutes and the hamstrings, not just the hamstrings. So you would do, I don't know, 4 to 8 on each side. Roll down through the thoracic, arch through the lumbar, bring the bar through. Up you come, hand behind your head if you'd like, and single leg stretch. You can cross towards the knee if you'd like. Switch, single leg stretch, and cross. Bend in, lower down, reach overhead. This sequence can continue with one leg lifts, other leg lifts. You can then go into scissors, rotate it out, scissors, rotate it in, scissors, bend the knees in, come all the way up with a healthy back, release, and voila, you're done. Hope you enjoyed that sequence.